Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sessions Cafe. I'm your host, Keri Singleton, and today we welcome my friend all the way from the Garden State, Willie Hall, to the show. Hey, sister, how are you?
Hi, Keri, how are you?
Looking all great in the all
Thank
black
you.
and all that. And we almost
You
kind of
too.
compliment each
Wait,
other.
I didn't call you, though.
Yeah, I know. It's just an accident. Great
Yeah.
minds.
Thanks a lot.
Such a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you and I have been bosom buddies. Can we say
Bosom
that?
buddies?
Yeah, for
You're my
years.
buddy.
Yeah, I just don't have a bosom.
That's right.
so
that,
bosom
that
is-
ain't your job.
I know.
Okay.
But it's a pleasure to have you on the show. We have so
You
much
too.
to talk about.
Yes.
So as I mentioned earlier, you're from New Jersey.
Yes.
Born and raised.
No, born and raised West Palm Beach, Florida. I
Okay.
migrated to New Jersey.
Okay. From the Sunshine State to the Garden State.
Oh, yeah.
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 Do you miss how old were you, if you don't mind me asking? when
I
you
probably
came up
was
here?
like 10.
Okay.
I have a handicapped brother.
Mm-hmm.
So in Florida, they didn't have schools or anything for children that had disabilities.
Okay,
It was
wow.
only the institution, and my parents said no. And Jersey is where he had to come. So that's why I ended up in Jersey.
A lot more progressive.
Yes,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
much so.
So you spent most of your life in New Jersey.
In New
though.
Jersey.
Yeah. Okay. And where in the Garden State do you call home?
New Brunswick.
Okay. In the middle of the state.
In Middle State,
Yeah.
Rutgers University,
Okay. Okay.
3 blocks from the campus.
Middlesex County. I'm very familiar.
Middlesex
very
County,
familiar.
definitely
Yeah,
Middlesex
yeah.
County.
So is that the part of the state where you're from? Central Jersey?
Yes, Central
Middlesex?
Jersey. I'm
Okay.
Central Jersey.
Okay. So you graduated with a diploma in fashion design from Piscataway Vocational.
Vocational Technical High School.
What? Talk to me about that diploma in fashion design.
Oh,
Did you
wow.
go? Was it a fashion-oriented school or?
It was a vocational school, so there was multiple schooling there. You know, once I started there, you go through these series of classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up in upholstery.
Wow. Okay.
I ended up in baking, culinary,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all that.
cosmetology. You know,
Right.
just it's a circle of classes.
Okay.
And fashion was one of my choices.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find most interesting about fashion above the other?
Creativity, constant creativity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lift up your hand for a second. Can you see on that couch? MNN's gonna kill me for doing this. You see that little
Little
mark
mark there.
there? 'Cause
I
have-
saw that.
Yeah. So as is it killing you?
Oh yeah.
I know it is. 'Cause yeah, yeah.
As soon as I saw, I was like,
Ah. So what would you do, Willie, to this couch? There's a couple of imperfections
listen,
going on.
you
What
go
would
to
you
the
do?
fabric store. This is not leather. It's pleather, and they do have fabric.
Okay.
And you just cut out little pieces. And glue guns are amazing.
Okay.
Glue guns are very
See,
amazing.
I don't know anything about reupholstering, but I know I recently my office chair in my apartment started to show signs of its 3-year
Wear and tear.
age.
You
Yeah.
just cover it.
cover it. Okay.
Glue guns are amazing.
I'm not very handy, but I literally
It's so easy.
I bought an end table. It took me 12 hours to put it together, and I didn't stop. 12 hours straight.
Wow.
I'm not. Yeah.
You're not hands-on.
Nah, with electronics, yes, but anyway, we're not here to talk about my hands.
Yes,
so,
we are.
yeah,
Go ahead.
well, yeah. Anyway, yeah, but you specialize in women and men's ready-to-wear clothing. Now, what is that?
What we all have on today, ready
Okay.
to wear, it's like, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it on. There's no fuss.
Okay.
You either pull it over your head or pull it up and snap it. It's ready to wear.
Okay.
Yeah, ready to wear.
And how does that, in terms of design, how is that different from, I guess, something
Couture?
Yes. Yes.
Couture is a lot of handwork.
Okay.
Couture is definitely a lot of handwork. That's why it's so expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend 12 hours just putting on beading, 500 hours putting on beading. Ready to wear is drape, cut, sew,
Okay.
make a pattern. You can use the pattern again. So what makes it look different is the fabric.
Okay.
We all wear the same thing. We got to put our arms in. We got to put our
Right.
legs in. It's the choice of fabrics.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. You and I have known each other for about 10 years now.
More than 10
More?
years. Since
Well,
2009.
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've learned a lot. When I met you and I met Sophia Davis and I met our fashion family here in New York City,
Right.
I was very, very fresh in terms of the fashion world,
Green.
right? Very green.
Very green.
Super green. I learned a lot just from watching you guys, even terminology, right? And I also learned that a lot of times people use certain industry terms out of context. So
Yes.
yes. So, and I just would sit and listen so that it didn't sound, uneducated. A couple of terms I want to throw at you, and you can explain what they mean because a lot of people just don't get it, right?
Definitely.
And if they're going to get into the industry, they need to learn.
They need to learn the lingo. They
Right.
need to learn the language because if you go sit in front of buyers and you're stumbling, they're
Right.
like, okay.
Right.
Just like a lot of self-taught designers, you can tell.
Right.
Like I mentor a lot of self-taught designers, teaching them the technique of sewing, when to finish a garment, when to do an understitch, where to place the snap and the button. Because when you're showcasing to buyers, they know that your seam allowance is a 1/4 of an inch off.
Right.
They can tell because the way the garment is flowing. So yeah, you gotta know.
It's just like anything else. So I'm going to throw a couple of terms at you, just a couple off the top of my head. Step and repeat. So what is a step and repeat?
Step and repeat is the logo that's up at every show, even at the award shows, even at the red carpet, the way you take your picture at. This is step and repeat.
Okay.
That means get on, get your picture, and get off. So that's what the step and repeat is.
Seriously, I learned something new today. I know what a step and repeat is after being in the game for all the time that I have been. But Willie, I always thought that the term came from the fact that the logos often repeat each other. So I thought it was. So that's not what it is. It's step, get on, and step.
Yeah, get your picture,
And get
step
off.
on it. It's called step and repeat because people constantly repeating.
Oh,
You might see a
wow.
person up there 5 or 6 times because they see somebody different. Oh, I
Yeah.
want to take a picture of that one. Okay, now you on there again. Step on and step off.
And that, had you asked me what a step and repeat was 20 minutes ago, I'd have gave the wrong answer after all this time. So thank you for the education. Okay, step and repeat, step and get off. And you know just as well as I do, a lot of people just do not know how.
Oh, dude, it's
to
plenty
get
of
off.
times I have to go snatch people off.
Yeah.
Because we're the
Exactly.
designers and we got to get these pictures for the magazines and stuff. And people get on there, that's their opportune time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was at this event.
And they just
And they won't get off.
They don't
They make
repeat.
it their own personal runway.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's wow. That was unexpected.
Step on and step
That's
off.
unexpected. Okay. I learned something new today. Couture. Now, take some time in defining this because even some designers.
Call themselves couture designers and they're not.
Exactly.
Couture, like I said before, couture has to do with handwork. It looks, you have all these intricate pieces, has to be sewn on by hand and not with the sewing machine.
Oh, okay.
So you can't call yourself a couture designer and everything is the machine work.
Right.
Where's the hours? What did you put into it? Couture work is it's a lot of hours invested.
Right. And
That's when you see on the runway, on the red carpet, those are couture pieces.
Okay.
Because you see all the intricate beading, and you got these little ladies in India and Pakistan sitting there beading. Because I sent a pair of pants to Pakistan because I work with Andre Vampire, designer to the stars. I work with him, so we sent pants. So we didn't get those pants back for over a year.
Wow. And so that explains why they cost.
They
Couture
cost.
clothes
It's
cost
a lot
so
of
much.
handwork. We got all these little ladies
Wow.
working for us that have carpal tunnel. How many times I had surgery because they just constantly taking the needle, picking up a bead, put it on. Pick up a bead, put it on. Put a sequence, put it on. It's all handwork. Couture
lot
is
of
handwork.
detail.
A lot of detail, a lot of understructure.
Okay. So we're gonna have to skip the cards now because you mentioned working with Andre Van Pierre, aka designer to the stars, for 3 years. He's worked with everybody from Elizabeth Taylor to Michael Jackson.
Yes.
So I having given you that introduction, just talk to me about what that experience was like. Who is this man? How?
Andre Van Pierre, you have to Google him. Very awesome, amazing designer.
Okay.
I had a pleasure actually working with him for about 5 years.
Okay.
And me meeting him opened up doors for me, and him meeting me opened up some doors for him, even though he was in the business before me.
Right.
We also was at a point where we were going to redress Michael Jackson before he passed.
Wow.
So I do have those sketches that we worked on, and actually, of course, it hit the newspaper, so everybody knew it was me and the designer.
Right.
But Andre, I learned a lot from him. You know, he's like, Willie, don't get all these stores. Keep doing what you're doing. He said he had to close all his flagship stores because the overhead had became too much.
course. Yeah,
Sometimes we can get over our heads in business,
Right.
and you have to let some things go. But you know, I learned a lot from him, and he learned a lot from me. I showed him some sewing tricks he knew nothing about, and then in turn he showed his friends like, who's taught you that?
Right.
He said, I can't tell you.
Right.
So, but he was a good guy to work for. Yeah.
So if you're designing for somebody like, say, Michael Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
what's the difference between designing somebody an outfit, you know, because people like Liz Taylor, God rest her soul, and Mike,
Mm-hmm.
God rest his, you know, if you're designing for somebody of the caliber of those two individuals,
Mm-hmm.
right? They want something that nobody else has. They want something different, right?
They not most of the time, and sometimes they'll bring out an outfit that they really like. They might just want you to change the buttons. Do you know if you change your buttons to your coat, still think you brought a brand new coat?
Wow, okay, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So it was all about just add to what they have.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson was a simple guy, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
In terms of his clothes,
In
wow.
terms of his clothes, what did you see him with? White shirt, black pants,
That's
white
true.
socks, and some
That's
shoes.
True. That's true. Thinking
Or he'll
about it.
wear a vest, or he'll go grab his mother's sequins jacket, or
Right.
he'll go grab a sweater. He had 100 pairs of little penny loafers because he danced holes in all of them. So, yeah.
He was a simple dresser.
He was a
yeah.
simple dresser.
I didn't
Michael
think about
Jackson
that.
was simple.
Wow.
He put on a little jacket, made it like he was dressed up, but his pants was black.
Right.
His shirt was white.
That's true.
T-shirt was white, black pair of jeans.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, wow.
And people, you know, technically stars, they dress like we dress all day long unless they have to hit the red carpet
Right.
or they have to do something special. Otherwise, and most of the time their stuff is borrowed from designers and they give it back.
That's
they
true
wear
too,
it
yeah.
and it's given back.
Yeah, I learned that from Kalia Clark. She's a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, you know, VIPs, et cetera, those aren't their clothes.
They're not their
They
clothes.
just wear it. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking before the cameras were rolling, and you were saying that every time you see me, I'm all blinged out or whatever.
At shows,
fashion
though.
events. But yeah, I don't walk to the
The
mall.
ball, right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
Only when you have to do something.
Right. Yeah, like these pants.
Yeah.
You'll never see me at the, you know, at
The grocery
at the
store.
grocery store.
No.
with-
You're
yeah,
right.
Just no.
You come
Even my
blinged out.
shoes,
You come
exactly.
like I'm at Fashion Week.
Right, exactly. Right. And so you graduated from the Art Institute of New York. Before we go into our break, let's talk about that experience.
Oh, that experience. Ooh, that was a tough one. I decided to leave the medical field at 40, and I'm sitting at home like, okay, what am I do now? It flashed across the TV, and I was like, the Lord said, "That's where you belong." I was like, that's not what I want to do, but
Right.
it was a blessing from day when I walked in the door.
What was the experience like in terms of
Being a
the
student at
classes?
40?
At 40, because I've been there.
Okay. It was easy for me because you know why? I went to high school for fashion.
Right.
So I already knew how to make patterns. I already knew how to sew. Or, you know, a lot of stuff that the students that just was tapping into it,
Right.
it was a struggle for them. But I became the mentor.
Yeah, I could see that.
I became the sewing mentor, they critique teacher. Everything just fell into my lap there.
We're going to talk a lot more about your mentorship when we come back from our break.
No problem.
We'll be right back. And we're back here on Sessions Cafe with Willie Hall. So we were talking about, before the break, mentoring. And I didn't necessarily know this specifically, but I could see you mentoring individuals that are just coming into the fashion industry because you're so motherly when I see you out at the events. And you don't take no mess.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yes.
And most of the time I don't even have to talk. It's just the look alone. I just, you know.
At 4 foot something, you know when Willie says something, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Not up for discussion.
Because for business, it's important for me for you to know what you're doing.
Right.
Because I don't like to be embarrassed.
Right.
So, and plus I'm going to help you get to where you got to go because somebody has to come after me. Because, you know, one day I'm going to retire.
Yeah.
But that's no time
One
soon.
day.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. One thing about this industry and this business, you don't have to retire at 65.
Right.
You can keep going.
You can keep
till
going.
You can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do mentor. I do take internships from different colleges, from Philly, I had students from everywhere that I mentor, and I make sure when I do mentor it's during Fashion Week because I had bring them out to let them so they see what the business is like. Or either if I'm not going to come to the city, I send them on go-sees and send them out, and they have to come back and give me a report and do all. So mentoring is important because we don't have all the information we have just for ourselves.
Right.
You have to share.
Right.
And yeah.
And speaking of mentoring, I read when I was looking over your bio that your dad, your mom, and your grandmother.
My father was a tailor.
Were first teachers of yours.
Yeah, my father was a tailor, my mother's a seamstress, and
Oh,
I learned
wow.
to sew with my grandmother at 7. We started making paper dolls, and we started sewing little dresses by hand with just the needle and fabric, and oh yeah.
So you were destined to
And
get in.
not just them, I have aunties and cousins that's in. I had a cousin that was the director for David's Bridal. So
Wow.
a lot of seamsters in my family, but I'm the only one that took it this far.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. 2009, a very, very, very important year for Willie Hall. You won Designer of the Year, the Designer of the Year award for BTE TV.
Yes.
Share, please.
Oh my God. The funny thing about what I do is that I worked for Fern Malice for IGM Fashion Week for over 20 seasons, but meeting Sophia and all these other people there, they never knew I was a designer. When I'm at my job, I'm at my job.
Right.
I don't go around talking about what I do and what I don't do.
Right.
And 2009, I happened to do a show. That's when I met you. And that was the first show. And, and Sophia is sitting on the front row, and they's like, well, we're going to have designs by Willie Hall. She's like,
she had no idea?
She had no idea.
Oh, wow.
Karen Collins had no ideas, and she was the writer for Jet magazine. And they called Willie Hall, and Sophia's like, this must be some queen making these soft clothes. And, she's just talking to herself. And when at the end of the run, the designers come out and they wave. And I came out, and, you saw all these bodies jump out their chair because nobody knew.
Nobody knew. Wow.
Nobody knew.
Let's talk about something that you and I know very well. You are certainly a lot more than me. Let's talk about New York Fashion Week. How is it different from the Philadelphia Fashion Week, the Paris Fashion Week, the Atlantic City Fashion Week, etc.? How is it different?
One thing, what makes it different when you're doing New York Fashion Week and working in the industry in New York, at their shows, there are buyers that's in the audience that you don't know.
Right.
And but when you're doing all these little off shows, it's just a show, and people come out, clap, enjoy, and that's it. And that's our livelihood.
Right. Right.
And this is how we move and pay our bills like everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
So, but when you're doing these shows that doesn't have the buyers there and doesn't have them social media there to help promote you, you're just doing a show.
You're just doing a show.
You're just doing a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because Ron Cook is my partner, whenever I get phone calls about doing a show, Ron takes the calls because he let them know I don't do shows in clubs and bars
Right.
and because people will call you for that,
Right,
and
in
it's like
basements.
the basement
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the difference. It's all about social media, especially working for the tents all those years. Cameramen from all over the world, magazines from all over the world. I mean, the exposure is huge.
Right.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna throw a couple of terms to you, and I just want you to give me your thoughts.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's play a game here, and they're all gonna be related to fashion.
Okay, no problem.
Fashion shows or Fashion Week. The front row at New York Fashion Week.
VIPs, buyers, writers, publishers, they get the front row.
Okay.
They always have to have one or two big celebrities there just for the exposure and like, look who's on the front row. In winter, she's always on the front row because it's publicity.
Right. Right.
That's what the front row is about.
Photography pit.
Oh my God. That was my job at New York Fashion Week. That pit, let me tell you, the cat fights that go on up in the pit, that's my spot, move over. And I'm like, look, you move, you lose.
Right.
You in the pit, stay in the pit.
And for those that don't know what the photography pit is, because that's a term I also had to learn, what is the photography pit? What is the pit?
They're at the end of the runway.
Right.
And everybody has a spot. Their spot is marked.
For the photographers.
For the photographers.
Yeah.
And for them to get in, you got to be at a certain level to get in. You either in the A group, B group, C group.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you're A, you're B. And somebody said, well, how do you know? I say, because I'm doing my job and I've been doing this a long time.
Oh, that's right.
And so, come and try to, bully you. Well, I belong here. No, you don't. And I actually did get into it with one photographer from Paris, worked for Vogue, because he wasn't paying attention. He didn't believe nothing I said.
He just wanted to.
He wanted to bully his way in, and you know, security's tight at Fashion Week.
Exactly.
If you don't have all access pass, you can't get past the front door.
That's right.
And I'm trying to tell him. I said, okay, he's not listening. Let me call security. Security put him out.
Right.
You know, because I say, listen, if you're not gonna listen, and all I had to do is raise my finger. They knew to come, and they marched him right out. But he came to apologize the next day.
So, okay, because he knew that if he didn't, he wasn't going to.
He lost his shot for Vogue, and his editor was mad because he was wrong.
Okay.
But he did. He came back the next day and apologized.
So here at Sessions Cafe TV show, we don't usually do what I'm about to do, but we have a new photographer on our team, a young lady who is, you know, she's just keeping her feet wet, I guess you could say. What is a piece of advice that you would give her and any other photographer, male or female, when in terms of being in pits, because that's something that she's never done before.
You have to you have to show legit papers when you're trying to get in these fashion shows. You know, they have to have this license here. It's so much going with being a photographer at shows.
Yeah.
But I advise them, listen, go out and network, get your feet wet, meet people, because I do that as well.
Okay.
Like Allison Brown. I met him.
One of my favorite people.
I met him because he's a architect. He designed a new school in New Brunswick, and we just happened to be talking.
Was an architect. Okay.
Yeah. So we happened to be talking, and he loved to take pictures, and I invited him out to the show, and he just took off. He's at a lot of fashion shows. He's a photographer for a lot of shows, and just being out and just networking.
And what advice would you give her because she's never been in a pit before. So, you know, next Fashion Week is February.
Right.
We'll be there.
Right.
You know.
Call me.
You know, that's the advice I need to give her?
Listen.
Give her, just call Willie Hall.
Yeah. Just tap in, just connect.
And
that's my, and
I'll
get you in the
Does she have to?
I'm gonna, no, because I'm one of these people, listen, if I ask you to show up, just follow me. Don't talk.
Right.
When I say, come on, don't ask questions, just follow me.
Just follow.
And I'm just going to push you in the pit.
Okay.
And I tell them, listen, don't push my girl out the pit.
I know that's right.
She's here to learn.
Will.
They boot you right out. Yeah.
You've also been featured in many magazines.
Oh my God.
A long list of magazines. And also in the New York Post. So talk to me about what it's like to be, to have your dreams on print, in print.
It's a beautiful thing.
We got to get you an Intrigue magazine too, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. You know, just 2 years, well, it's been 2 years now. I was in 40 magazines in 1 year. Front pages. It just kept going.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing because now I have something to leave for my grandchildren, for my children, and it just leaving a legacy of what I do. And it was exciting. And to be in the last print of Jet magazine.
Wow. Amen to that.
I was a part of one of the last print.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you and I met today on our way in to the studio. I hope you don't get too mad at me, but I wanted to talk to you about something that might be a little sensitive. As you know, Ron Cook is a mutual friend of ours. I love Ron Cook. But I want to talk to you about his Cookie. What was their relationship? Were they siblings?
Brother and sister.
Brother and sister.
Yes.
To anybody that's really in the know here in New York City, even though Ron is Virginia-based, we all kind of know Ron Cook.
Yeah, because we always produce shows here. You know, we produce for Rose Gallery.
Yeah.
So that's when you met us, and Rose Gallery was hot on the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you and Ron are close. And,
Very.
And Cookie passed how many years ago?
2014. She passed 2014.
How did that affect you? Because I know that you all were close, not just professionally, but personally.
It still hurts to this day. I miss her so much. It affected me because at that point I lost my oldest brother.
Wow.
I lost a cousin, losing her in the midst, and I just was on the phone with her, you know, because I was supposed to do Virginia Fashion show, a show there, and my mother got sick. And I did get Designer of the Year too for that as well. And I just talked to Cookie. 15 minutes later, I get a phone call. She was rushed to the hospital.
Are you serious? 15 minutes?
15 minutes later. I said, well, I was just talking to her. And she passed right after she got off the runway.
Wow. I think that really, really affected a lot of us.
It did. It affected me really bad. I just couldn't get it together. And like I said, losing a brother and a cousin all within the week. And it was tough. And it was tough without her because she branded my company. She's the face of my brand. She was my muse.
Wow.
So, yeah, it affected me real bad.
Before we sign off, I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to go out on a smiling note. Dressing Melba Moore, who's one of my favorite artists and people.
Yeah.
Melba Moore is family, not by blood.
But yeah, I can get you.
So, what was that experience like for you? Because Melba Moore has done when she came on my radio show X amount of years ago. I had all these notes and still walked away with it from the interview, not realizing that I had forgotten that she had a TV show, back in the 80s.
Right.
The Melba,
Yeah, Melba, yeah.
So what was that like working with Melba? Also from New Jersey.
Yeah. She's very sweet, very pleasant, very quiet, very humble.
Very humble.
And I know her producer, Ron Richardson.
Shout out to Ron.
Ron, he's good people. And he happened to call me like, Willie, can you make something for Melba? Yes, so she saw the outfit that Cookie had on the runway, the long pink evening skirt with the black organza blouse with the rough collar, and she wanted that.
Wow.
I was like, well, Ron, when does she want it? Can we get it by Friday? Okay, I'm working on Monday.
Right.
So it's a very pleasant woman, very sweet, and he called, he said, Willie, can you make that blouse in every color?
Nice.
She wears that blouse.
She wears that.
Blouse. Every time I go to pick her up, she has the blouse.
And this is and congratulations to Melba. She's
she finally got her star
on the Hollywood. Yeah,
finally.
I think we all celebrated that.
Yes, because that should have been done long time ago. She's 70 now.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
That star.
She earned that star a long time ago, actually.
So. Time is up, Willie. And
it is. I'm enjoying
I
this.
know, we just started this conversation.
We've been trying to do this for 20 years, feel like.
It seems.
Yes.
So that just means you have to come back. We got to do a part 2.
Yeah, no problem.
Such a pleasure talking to you. And always pleasure being around you. I love you so much.
You light up my world when you walk in space.
With the sparkler stuff?
Yeah. I say Keri's here, and I'm excited. So, yeah.
I know I'm home when Willie's there.
Yeah, same here.
So thank you for coming on the show, sweetheart.
No problem.
And we'll see you guys next week.